So I'm going to add a tab up top, come into lead generation and marketing, and click on leads. Okay, so I want to add a new lead. So the campaign source is where the client heard of you. So you want to click on the little magnifying glass. You're going to get a list of your campaign sources. So, maybe this person dropped their name in a lead box. So then the objectives, these are the reasons why the person is signing up to begin with. So, maybe self-defense. And just kind of a side note, anytime you see a drop-down menu like this, you can edit these values. We don't cover how to do that today. It's a little bit more of an intermediate topic. But just know that you can do it. You're not stuck with our values. So then the status is whether or not this person's been contacted. So at this point, I'm just entering the information, so they haven't been contacted yet. All right, so you want to get as much information as you possibly can. The birthday is one of those things that it'd be great to get now because you will need it once they become a student. Um, but if you can't get it, that's fine. Just know that you will need it once they become a student. All right. So Guardian, um, you may or may not use on the lead, but you'll definitely use this once they become a student. But what the Guardian is, um, it is going to be the responsible party if this person's a minor. So, if we were entering in a 12-year-old kid that was interested, we would want to have their parents' information on file. So I realize that a lot of times it's the parent that's going to be inquiring, so you may just end up entering them as the lead. Uh, but if it works out that you can enter the actual student as the lead, that kind of works with the system a bit better. Um, so if you are able to do that, and this person Keith here is a minor, you would want to have all their parents' information on file. So you would need to add them as a guardian. Um, so guardian is just another contact type, just like lead or student or employee. Um, what you need to do is just add a tab up at the top. Come into student services, and then click on guardians. Um, so we want to say new to add a new guardian, and then fill out the information. So what's the role of this guardian? So maybe it's the mother. She's the main contact, and she's the one who's paying for the lessons. So we know if there's more than one guardian, we know who to contact if there's a billing issue. A place for a photo. You're dealing with kids. It's good to have a picture of who's picking this person up on file. So you would just hit upload and grab the picture. So if you want to record their job title and all that kind of stuff, you can. Well, I'm not going to fill out all the address information on this contact, but you would go ahead and go through and fill out all the info. So then you just save. Once it's saved, you can close the tab with a little X in the top right. And now we're able to come back into Guardian, and there's Susan. Okay, so now we know who the responsible party is for this student. So then the contact method is how did they contact us initially? Um, this one's actually would be other the lead box. So you may want to add a contact method that says lead box or something like that. The rating is rating the potential for them to sign up. So this one would probably be warm because they expressed interest. Um, they kind of reached out to us, but we haven't really spoken with them, so we don't know um, exactly what was they're interested in. Then we got some date fields. So when was the first contact with the student? Put today because that's when I entered in the information. Um, the lessons expire. This would just be if you did assign them to a couple of classes when that time was up, so to follow up with them. Um, and next follow up's similar. It's just a date field that you can give yourself a date to follow up with the lead, and then you would use this view up here to see who needs to be followed up with today or this week. But yeah, they're just date fields, kind of there to remind you of when a couple of things happen. And then referred by would be if someone referred the student. Then at the bottom, previous experience just records whether or not they've ever been in any kind of martial art before. So maybe they were a beginner in judo, so they're not totally unfamiliar with how a martial arts school will work. Okay, so I entered all the information. There's a good chance you won't be able to get all the info, but if you can, that's excellent. All right, so then you just save. So we've got tabs and some buttons that we're gonna make use of some of them here. So I enter in all the information, and I want to create what's called an opportunity on the lead. So I'm kind of doing everything at once. You wouldn't necessarily kind of do it all at one time.